everybody, MichaelBtheGameGenie here, and today on this mini episode of Game Genie Reviews, we're going to be looking at AtGames' online gaming streaming service for their devices, ArcadeNet. So that's right, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at ArcadeNet from AtGames. ArcadeNet is an online game streaming service designed to work specifically with AtGames Legends ecosystem of products and only recently came out of beta. I want to say a huge thank you to AtGames for providing me with a 6-month subscription to ArcadeNet so I could try it out for myself. I wasn't asked to do a review in return for the code they provided, but I wanted to share my experience with you guys anyways. Now let's take a look at the service and some of the features that I feel are being a little overlooked and in some cases completely underutilized. And let's see if ArcadeNet is worth the subscription. Anybody who purchased an AtGames Legends family product over the last couple of years has had an opportunity already to experience ArcadeNet, as up until recently ArcadeNet was free for anybody to try while it was in beta. And it was in beta for quite some time. ArcadeNet has now graduated to a paid subscription service, which is either $20 a month, or you can sign up for 6 months for $60 for ArcadeNet Standard, which will be good across a number of devices. There is also a free tier called Basic, but that will only grant you access to 10 plus games and limited playtime. Well, what do you get for your subscription dollars? First up is an extended library of games. For those of course familiar with the beta of ArcadeNet, you are very familiar with this, as most of these games have been in here for a while, and you have probably all had an opportunity to test them out for yourself. For those who aren't familiar, these were an additional mix of both arcade and console games that you could stream to your cabinet. There is some very good stuff in here, like heavy hitters from SNK, Arcade Classics, and of course Neo Geo games. When I set up my Legends Ultimate originally and tested out ArcadeNet, I will admit I didn't have a very good experience, as I was set up on Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi in my basement arcade isn't so great. But ever since I have moved my setup and have my ArcadeNet connected with a hardwired connection, my experience with the games have been great, and I have experienced no glitching, freezing, or slowdown of any kind. I spend most of my time in ArcadeNet playing the games I am most familiar with, like of course Prisoner of War, which is a longtime favorite of mine both in the arcade and on the NES. I've also played some crazy games that just look like fun to me, like Twinkle Star Sprites, and it's so sweet I feel like I have to take a shot of insulin after playing it. They are also constantly adding new games to ArcadeNet weekly as well, and very recently they added some sports titles for us to play, such as Mike Ditka Power Football. It's kind of early Madden-esque, but honestly not my favorite football experience and not an arcade game. There are some great titles on ArcadeNet so far that are a lot of fun, but it certainly is missing some of the marquee names us arcade guys would love to see on this, and hopefully, as ArcadeNet grows, so do the quality of the titles on the service. One area where there is some real quality titles on ArcadeNet is on the pinball side, because right now, included with your standard ArcadeNet subscription, is access to all 22 of the Farsight Gottlieb pinball tables on devices like the Legends Ultimate, Gamer Pro, Gamer Mini, and so on. These titles are not streaming and will download to your Flash Drive X and play natively on that device, and boy do they ever perform well. This is a huge plus for me and my Legends Gamer Pro, because while I don't have my pinball table yet, I can just use the included pinball buttons on the Gamer Pro and play on my TV. The experience is really good playing pinball with these buttons on the Gamer Pro, and I've been having a blast learning the nuances of the tables and the rules. I also really dig the portability of being able to pack up my Legends Gamer Pro, bring it over to my dad's house, and next thing we know, it's set up on his TV and we are playing pinball together. I also want to remind you that the Legends Gamer Pro does have a portrait mode where you can turn your TV sideways and play pinball on it without a back box. Basically, you can turn a TV and a Legends Gamer Pro into a giant sharpened pinball machine, and keep your eyes peeled on the guys at Buy Stuff Store who have a rotating TV mount coming out for purchase that will take the pinball experience on this to the next level. Well, what about if I have a Legends Pinball? I already have these tables on that. Sure you do, but you can't take these tables to play on your other devices unless you have ArcadeNet. Well, say for example you only had the Legends Pinball. What is my buy-in for ArcadeNet? I can't say for sure, but I have heard rumors that the Zaccaria pinball tables may be included with an ArcadeNet subscription, so you could add these excellent Magic Pixel tables to your table lineup with an ArcadeNet subscription. If that's something you think is cool, make sure you let AtGames know. Last but not least is probably my favorite thing about ArcadeNet, and that is the lobby. It's weird too because I have never been an online gamer in my entire console life, but there is just something about arcade games that scream these need to be played online competitively. Basically, AtGames have created their very own Xbox Live-like service for their Legends ecosystem of devices, and I think that is very, very cool. With an ArcadeNet account, you can go into the lobby and find games and friends playing online and compete against each other. Now, these games are only limited to the games that are multiplayer and offered in the ArcadeNet service. None of the cabinets included games currently have this function, so sorry everybody, no two-player bad dudes with Michael B. The friend system is a little convoluted right now, as you can't actually find friends and add them online. If you played against someone and had a good game and would want to play them again in the future, you have to take down their user ID, go to a computer, and log into ArcadeNet. Use Add a Friend from the computer and send them the friend invite, which they will then have to check their notifications on their computer before you can be friends. Hopefully in the future it can be simplified to have all of this happen right in the lobby at the time of gameplay. How you start a game online is pretty simple. You basically just enter the lobby and see what games are available and if anybody is playing in them now. If someone is in a game, you can ask to join and they don't even have to be your friend. If no one is there, you can choose to host a game and hope someone randomly challenges you, or even send an invitation out to one of your friends. It's really easy and user-friendly, I think. I recently hosted an ArcadeNet livestream where I invited people from the community to challenge me to a few online matches in Fatal Fury Special, and I spent over an hour challenging all comers, and I had to say my experience was very good. The games all worked fantastically online with zero lag, and we were able to pull off special moves and very competitive matches. The versus experience was super fun, especially with an audience cheering me on and even some cheering against me. One critique I did have while playing was there is no in-game cue to let you know your opponent had changed. I was jumping from opponent to opponent after winning and didn't know who I was facing. I know you can press the live button to see who is up next in rotation, but an on-screen cue would be so great. Since that experience, I've been hungry for more and have headed back to the lobby many times since to, well, a little bit of a ghost town. I really don't understand why more people aren't using this service and why it's so hard to find a game in it. I went in to screen capture some footage for this video last night and waited almost half an hour for an opponent to come challenge me, to no avail. Why aren't we using this, guys? This works super well, is really fun, and it's a great way to connect, and there are so many of us in the AtGames community that there is no reason it's so hard to find a dance partner for some of these games. If there's anything I hope to accomplish with this video, it's getting people to spend more time in the lobby and playing games with each other. Come on guys, let's play some Metal Slug X together or beat each other up. This is such a cool feature, and I really wish more people were using it. So guys, that's my look at ArcadeNet for the AtGames Legends ecosystem. I think this is just such a cool concept that has so much potential, and I wish more people were interested in it and using it, especially the lobby and the online gaming experience where we could all be having so much fun. So guys, let me know, are you a subscriber to ArcadeNet? And if so, what do you think of it? If you're not a subscriber, let me know why and tell me what they could do or what they could change that would make you change your mind and subscribe to ArcadeNet. Anyways guys, I want to say thank you so very much for watching today. This is Michael B. the Game Genie, and I'll talk to you next time.